6 years ago now, something like that. I used to have a day job, and I used to leave that job early on Tuesdays to go up to Evansville, Illinois, which is just north of Chicago, and I'd catch the Metro up there, which is the big train, not the L, but the big 2-story train. And it was about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I walked up on the platform, and no one's really taking the train that kind of time of day. So I walked up there and saw there was one other guy on the platform, and walked down towards him, and realized something was wrong pretty quickly. This was about a 75-year-old man, and he had blood dripping off of his hands. And so I got close to him, and I asked him if everything was okay, and he told me to leave him alone. And I looked a little closer, and he had something in his hands. He was standing over a trash can, and he was peeling. I couldn't quite tell what he was doing at first, but he had this bundle in his hand. He was peeling off pieces off his bundle and throwing pieces in the trash, and then some of them he was putting in his pocket. And I got closer and saw that he split this thing open, and inside of this bundle of paper was this plastic cartridge, and it all kind of came together really quickly what was going on. This guy just robbed the bank right next to the train station, and the ink had exploded all over. It was red ink. And I'm not kidding, this happened. And we see something like that, and you realize really quickly what's going on, and all this adrenaline started pumping through my body, and I was like, oh my God, I just met a bank robber. And I was like, wow, you just robbed a bank. He said, leave me alone, kid. And so we're standing behind this big awning that's supposed to protect you from the wind in Chicago. And I'm kind of pacing and not sure if I should keep pestering this guy. I hear all these cars screech to a halt on the other side of this awning, and I peek around, and indeed, there's like 5 cop cars, and they start running up the embankment to where we are. And I poke my head back around, and I said, "Hey man, the cops are coming." And keep in mind, I'm on my way to teach banjo lessons. I got my banjo, and these cops run up, and they see he had shuffled to the other end of this thing, knowing the cops were coming, and they see the dude with the banjo, and they see the 75-year-old man with his back turned on, and they point their guns right at me. It was not funny at the time. And there was this cop right in front of me, like this far, like pointing his pistol right at me, and I like, and then I like went like this. And the cop immediately, was a really cool guy, he immediately recognized me, put his gun down, and as he walked past me, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And they went and arrested this guy, because what's he going to do? He's not going to run. He was a very, very old man. And it turned out in the paper the next day I read that it was his 3rd bank that he had robbed in like 3 weeks. This was one badass 75-year-old man. But they caught him. He was waiting for the same train I was. And the Metro is always on time. And sure enough, the train came. And the cop was like, took my information really quickly, and here's the train, and I was like, I gotta go, and he's like, is that a guitar? Everybody thinks a banjo is a guitar for some reason. I said, no, it's a banjo, and he goes, well, that's gonna make one hell of a song. So this is an instrumental I wrote. I really wish that guy had gotten away. It's called The Ravenswood Getaway. It was on the Ravenswood stop of the Metro.
That song is on our latest album. We had the pleasure of having Josh Williams pick a mean flat picking guitar on that track.